Nice.
Right.
So 1/8 inch ply, yeah. And then I did the artwork here. That's all paint. I painted that.
Very
Okay.
cool.
And that I did with a masking technique on the laser where you guys want to see the craziest thing? Here is a roll of tape that's 12 inches wide. I had to special order this. I had to special order this from 3M to do this project, but like I
Is it
masked
duct
it
tape?
off. No, it's masking tape.
Oh, okay.
Just standard masking tape. So then I
I bet
masked
you could
off
build
the
a
tape,
tank with that if that was duct tape.
right?
That's not standard masking tape by any.
No, it's 12 inches wide.
Exactly.
But I masked it off and then put it on the laser cutter and engraver, and I did the engraving over it just thick enough so that it would burn the masking tape off, and then I painted it like a negative picture.
That's cool.
Using my airbrush and stuff.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, what's cool about those laser, that you set the depth of the cut, and so it can make all sorts of cool shit.
Right.
You know, when you say laser cutter, I can't help but thinking of Logan's Run. I just watched that like 2 weeks ago. So
you're on the Logan's Run, man. You love that shit.
Logan's Run's a fun movie, man.
It's a great movie.
Yeah,
Good post-apocalyptic setting.
And I want to say hi to RPG Grandma because I've never been on the stream with her before.
What?
Hi, guys.
you know,
We just chatted in chat.
yeah, that's my superpower, guys. Bringing great people together.
And
I
if you get
love
me-
those boxes. Now for me, I don't know, you know, if I could fully go and you know buy like 100 from you, but what strikes me is those would be great for either the traveling box that you want to take with you, right, or for those minis that you know you're like.
How big is it? Is
like
it like
your
a
price-
pizza box?
like-
How big's
Yeah.
the box?
Oh, the box? Yeah, it's about like 12 by 20 inches, a bit shy
Oh, okay.
of that. I
It'd
don't
be
know the
good for a
exact spec.
40K. Oh, sorry. 40K Army box. That'd be awesome.
Right, or your prize collection of the rarest of the rare, you know, kind of like
Your
know,
Hungar
so-
Mini.
right, you know, the things that you know you'll never see again, or the minis you've been hanging on to since you were a little one. You know, like I've got this one right here. I can get it without seeing it. Oh, come on, don't be that way. Come on, fingers. Oh, there it is. This is my favorite mini of all time. So much so that I made a. Okay, let me first show you the original. It's an old raw Parker.
All right.
Oh, wow. Look at
I
that.
can't see it. Make it full screen.
Yeah, what am I doing?
We don't know.
My old eyes are not cooperating. Ooh.
Oh,
All
look
right.
at that.
Okay,
Okay, gotcha.
it's an assassin with a giant, you know, sort of Stormbringer rune sword.
That's
You know,
Nice.
Well, I liked it so much I made one out of, you know, just crafty materials. You know,
That's awesome.
Oh, that is cool.
Cool.
you know, it's made out of baby wipes, an action figure from the dollar store, and a popsicle stick.
It's still cool.
Awesome.
Thanks,
That
guys.
makes it even
Nice.
cooler.
That's like my like go-to sort of trick craft material is baby wipes. I made a haster back here. Let me show you this one too. You just take baby wipes, you know, without a pattern, and you let them dry flat somewhere. We do it again. Oh, I'm on grandma. Grandma. Sorry.
Everybody's seeing your grandma.
Extreme.
Like, oh
Big thumbs up. Bottom of a mini.
Okay, this is Haster from Call of Cthulhu.
that's cool.
Okay,
Oh, cool.
Very nice.
all this is
Very
baby
nice.
wipes, jeweler's wire to make the skeleton, and a whole bunch of milliput for the tentacles.
That's cool.
But I mean, it really wasn't that big a deal. I mean, it wasn't hard to do, but it turns out, you know, trying to get sculpt cloth and things like that, I couldn't think of another way other than just use cloth. And baby wipes are like a penny a piece. You build a chicken wire sort of frame. I've used them for tents. I've used them for scarecrows. Instead of trying to actually get the skill to sculpt with milliput or green stuff, which that thing, that haster right there, literally costs whatever it was in milliput and $1.
We'll say if any of you guys want one of these boxes of holding, let me know, and I'll put that in the I'm planning on only producing about 12 by the end of next year. So I'll put you guys in the lineup for that, okay, and try and make that a thing. And it's on the house. If you guys want one, it's on the house. You want one, Hunger?
I don't have the minis to put in it.
Oh, okay. Well, you said your catch line is ask me about my mini.
Well, I have a mini of Hungar the Starvarian.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Sean, come on. Okay, now it's your turn to get big.
Can we see him?
Yeah, now it's his turn to get big.
Oh, geez, hold on.
Here's one.
Here.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Brian's got one.
Go to Brian. Yeah, I don't have one myself. My brother hasn't printed mine out yet.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me make you big. Everybody gets to be big tonight.
Oh, nice.
See
it. The resemblance is striking, I have to say.
There you go. Anyway, something like that.
Nice.
I like stuff and things.
That's right. Tacos.
I want more things.
Yeah, it's free. You can download it on Colts for free. A Nerds Nerd actually made that.
Yeah. I was going to say a Nerds Nerd who's up here somewhere in the chat somewheres.
She is the coolest person ever.
I really enjoyed a Nerd interview that you did, Shadow Sun. You're really good at those, by the way.
She made that mini for me. I have one miniature. I have the Black Dragon from
Arduin, Emperor's Choice.
Yeah, Emperor's Choice Games.
Okay,
that is a sweet miniature. I've been eyeballing that one for a good long time. Which reminds me, I need to talk to my friends over at Emperor's Choice because I got to do some stuff. Those boxes are perfect for your like prized minis, the things that I've got some minis that I know I'll never see another one again, things from 1979 and a little bit before, like the Valley of the Four Winds and the Old Heritage and Hinchcliffe and things like that, and everybody except Cal here's like, really, really old school stuff from the absolute beginnings of Dungeons and Dragons miniatures. And I know I'll never see them again, never see another one of them again, except maybe, if I were to spend a year going to every convention, I might be able to grab some of this stuff. And I just, over the years, because I do a lot of eBay buying and selling of miniatures, or at least I used to do a lot more. That's how I learned about the stripping of miniatures. If you've got a miniature and you want to get the paint off it, I literally spent 20 years doing that for other people as a side hustle. And decades from now, those things are going to be gone. It's like number one Superman. There's like 10 left on the planet.
Right.
And each one of them goes for, $500,000 to like $2 million.
Whoa, right? Way more than that, brother.
Oh, it is?
Bill, oh, yeah. I just subbed to you, bro.
Oh, hey, thanks. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'll do that too when we're off. So, Bill, are you a gamer? Are you or are you just a hobbyist?
I used to be a gamer. I haven't found a new home in the Twin Cities here, like a game shop to call home. So if you want a resident painter and you're in the Twin Cities as a game shop owner, give me a DM.
What do you play?
I like to play 40K a lot. That was the first game that I got into. Up after that is going to be I really, really want to get into Bolt Action really bad.
Bolt Action's fun. What's your favorite 40K army?
Oh, gotta be Chaos Space Marines. I love
which god?
Oh,
Nurgle. It's gotta be Nurgle. Come on. Nurgle.
Well, I did do up some Death Guard on the stream as one of our first guys, but I think honestly I'd have to go with Slanesh.
Yeah.
Well, you and my brother would get along.
Yeah.
Hey, Mobius, I have them. I have almost all of them. The old Gamma World miniatures from
my brother is a big Slanesh.
There's a couple there they don't have, but yeah.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
I mean, Slanesh's like theme song is chicka bow wow.
Yeah.
I have the blue box.
So
I'll be showing those off next year. With the treasure chest videos. But you know, this the ancient history of games, it's gonna go and disappear. So many horror stories I've heard of guys going off to college, right? And leaving their stuff at home. They come back and guess who's tossed it all? It all ended up in a landfill. Yep, mom. Or dad.
Mine and James's mom are cool like that because she never tossed anything. She just put it up for us because she knew she's a geek.
Mm-hmm.
So she's the one who got us into the whole geekdom.
Right. And just as a number one Superman is worth, a fortune, some of these game items are going to do the same thing, especially like an original box set of white box of not AD&D, but of Dungeons and Dragons. Years from now,
I think Watsy's gonna just flush it down the toilet. No one's gonna give a shit.
Yeah, you know what? They're probably trying to do that for whatever reason, but it doesn't work. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
People will hang on to stuff and share it with their friends and their family. My family, for example.
Hold on a second, shout ODG. I'm actually restreaming Shadwo's.
LDG, you want to pop in? I got no problem with that. If you're over on Shadow and Sun's channel, the link is there. I'll pop it in there because Raven was supposed to join me and do some painting. I don't know where she is.
I saw her over at Mr. Max.
I was just doing a drive-by. I decided to pop in to say hi.
You're my brother from another mother. You are always welcome. You're one of the few people that I'll kick Brian out just to get you in.
I do what I want.
So say before you guys move on to other topics, I just wanted to ask. So Shadow, Brian, Grandma, do you guys want one of these boxes? I'm just gonna write this down.
I'll be honest with you,
I'll take it all. Yeah.
Okay.
Piece. I mean, what do you think?
Chessex, man, I probably wouldn't need it. So have it go to somebody else. I mean, it's cool, but I just probably won't need it.
Okay, all right.
I know the old expression. If you have to ask how much, you can't afford it, but just
it's on the house. I'll do it just to do it.
Oh, dude,
that's fine.
Dude. You know what? You just earned yourself a permanent spot on the show. We do this every Thursday. I expect you here 5 o'clock sharp.
The reason I know about these paints, man. It should be like a box
Bill,
of these.
just really quick, Bill. You're gonna have to get used to people talking over each other. I know this isn't like normal civilized conversation. This is gaming conversation. So I know you're new to the group, but just it happens. Don't take offense because
I'm rolling with
has
it, man.
something to say, and the motherfucker's gonna say it even if you're talking.
If you want to see insanity, tune into my show tomorrow.
Oh yeah,
12:30
for the
Eastern time. Hungar's Chaotic Neutral live stream.
You have a part where Justin says, "Wait on, guys, hold on a second." Max was talking. I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Tomorrow is fucking Friday, so
what?
I know, right? That was funny as hell.
I'm just like,
a nerd's nerd. Don't do it, Bill. It's a trap.
right. All right. Well, Shadow, Grandma, I'm gonna just say right now, since it's on the house, I'm doing total artistic liberty on this bad boy. So just
knock it out.
all right.
Well, shit. If you're gonna do that, hook me up with one and put one weird World War II, on the front, and I'll pick it the cons and shit, and I'll plug it, brother.
Oh yeah. All right, sounds good. They take quite a while to make, so don't expect them soon. But I will put your name.
Yeah, we're working on a new logo. So you could put us toward the back of the queue until we get something like that worked up. Because the logo we're using right now doesn't really. Someone made it for us. Doesn't really capture the essence of.
You need to get the artist who did that cover of that book you showed this week. Have him do something.
Yeah. Did you see that? Benji Cortanis's Charles.
Oh, I did. I saw that episode.
And I love
I'm done, by the way, with Ravenloft, so I can get caught up on everything you did.
Your son was squirming. Oh, it's great. Is it?
Yeah, I'm trying to find.
You're covering it up. No, son, don't look at this. You're not ready.
If you guys go to my Twitter, you'll see the you go to my little Twitter page. You'll see it should be up at the top there right now. The image somebody shelled out in AI, and it's rocket. It's for RPG Grandma, but it's rocket propelled Grandma.
Oh,
yeah. It's fantasy me.
Very cool.
I'm looking for Hunger Claw's YouTube channel. What's his
name?
No,
it's Hungar the Starvarian.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
There's like no videos. He has no videos. They're all just live. We all just go crazy live all the time.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Anything can happen.
It probably does. Now, if you have sensitive sensibilities, Bill, you're new to the crew. If you have
do not go to that stream.
We're all friends.
Slanesh, what? Right?
Well, it depends on how you're either, the top or the bottom for Slanesh, right?
You either can giggle and I don't know. You're either grown up or you're still in kindergarten class.
Right. I really like Slanesh because it's got there's one unique model that GW put out for the Slanesh worshipping guys, the Emperor's Children. It's the guy with the guitar.
Yeah,
and Noise Marines.
But he had a guitar, right? And it looked so cool. And I was like, all right, well, that's the faction I'm going with. And then later on,
I think I still have some of those somewhere.
That's the Rogue Trader one he's talking about.
If you have an extra, I'll send you that box.
If I have even one, you know what? Yeah. I'll gladly send it to you, but I may not even have one left.
Fair enough.
But you know what? I'm on eBay like hours a day, every day. I'll just put that on my list of stuff to look for.
I do a rescue. Even if I got to strip it, I'll do a rescue on it.
Colts has a bunch of SCLs of Sound Marines. They're like, one's a band. Like one's like singing a microphone and like fire and shit's coming out. One's playing a guitar with fucking bullets.
The band one, that band one was. I saw that. When that was originally
that's cool.
advertised. It was cool.
If you have a 3D printer, you could hook that up.
Later on, I ended up buying a old Warlord Titan from a producer under the name of the Titan Manufactorum. He was doing these the like Lucius pattern Warlord Titans, the big blocky ones.
Right.
And he was doing it out of foam and then 3D printed, which at the time was kind of nuts. 3D printed panels that were cast and then put on top of the this insulation foam, and then he would use dowels and stuff. So I ended up getting that off of eBay. It was shipped to me and was wrecked in the process.
Oh no!
Because they had packed it with just plastic grocery bags. So I sent it back. I was like, I'm not paying money for this. Yeah. And the dude never picked it up, never talked to me again. So eBay gave me a return of $400, and then the box came back a week later. So I ended up with a free Titan, and now it's going to be the show's mascot,
cool.
Pablo Picasso. But originally I wanted to do him as a Slanesh Titan and have the guy on the top with the guitar as kind of like he's controlling it with the sound.
That's
Right.
cool.
So I thought that'd be really cool.
Kind
to
of
turn it
like
into a Chaos Titan.
kind of like Eddie from Stranger Things.
Or Mad Max. Remember the Mad Max guy?
Yeah.
On the truck. He's like,
Yeah.
The way Barb should be.
Yeah,
Right. Right.
And
So what's the projects tonight? What's everybody painting on?
well, let's see. I'm working on this guy.
Cal, get a hold of me because I know Tom Dye. I might be able to hook you up with some stuff that you're looking for.
We're working on him. My
Nice.
lighting is terrible here.
Oh, yeah, well, Grim knows him too. What am I saying? Grim introduced me to him, for Christ's sake.
Very
He's
cool.
like Kung Fu and something?
Yeah, he's a Kung Fu one, yeah. I figured Shaolin monk, sure, I'll do him. And working on her.
Nice, Grandma.
And even though I want to detail them, I'm trying to remind myself 3 foot rule. 3 foot rule.
There you go.
Stop. I have so many to do. You can always go back and make them less crappy, right?
Exactly. I'm saying that all the time. You know, that's one of the reasons I do the things that I do is so that my son later on, you know, can grab them and still have stuff left to do. He's a better painter than I am.
How much do you charge, Bill?
How much do I charge for what?
Minis.
My work behind the Wendy's dumpster?
No, I thought you. Oh, damn! He went there, guys. That's
Sorry,
Guy.
Sorry, that was an inside thought that just happened to spill out. Sorry about that.
You're gonna fit well in this place, dude.
Yeah, dude. You found your home away from home. I can tell.
Yeah, you're
hey,
good.
speaking of which, are you on Discord?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, we're gonna have to hook up and share some stuff.
Shoot him your link to the
I'll there you go. Stick that in your Discord there. That'll get you right to me. And that's fine. I don't mind throwing that.
Primitive people.
Oh, very cool. Very nice.
Savage.
Very nice.
These were. Well, you know, I don't know. These were we went to a GameStop and they had like for $1 and some change. They had all these little plastic minis from wherever makes them. Some company I'd never heard of before, and so I was like, yeah.
So you were asking me how much I charge for what though, Brian?
Aren't you a painter? You said you're a painter, right?
Yeah. To be honest, I'm taking on my first commission project, a beholder from a viewer, TJ, and I'm charging him just $40 for the whole thing. I don't really have a pricing model yet per se. I'm still trying to work that out. It's kind of case by case at this point. But I mean, if you're looking to get something painted, man, I'll paint something for you, no problem. Cal's minis are on the house.
Do you know Fritz from the GM's Alcove?
No, I don't. I'm meeting so many new people.
Okay.
Do you have a channel here? You have a channel here, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's got a channel. We need to watch him paint.
Yeah, I'm gonna be.
He does.
I actually got to go here pretty soon because my live scheduled at 8:45 here. And it's 8:42.
You're not allowed to go anywhere. No. And then other bold. Let me see if I can get him on here.
I'll have to, if you guys want me to stick around, I guess I could, maybe somehow I'll have to figure out how to tie in and restream this thing. Then wouldn't be a bad idea.
It's up to you, man. We're always doing this shit.
Yeah, every Thursday you want to come in. I don't know what happened to Hungar, but he does that. He'll just pop in, pop out. I don't know where James L is either, but I talked to him last night. Maybe he's not up to it. But I do this every Thursday night for about 3 hours. You're more than welcome to come in, and everybody who's in the show, I expect you to go over and subscribe and check out his stuff.
Yeah, you guys will be amazed.
Weird War II, too.
He gives all kinds of tips and he answers questions. So Like I learned stuff from him. Just chilling and
Thanks, Grandma. And thank you guys for the warm welcome. I really do appreciate it. Sons, Brian, Grandma, it was great to meet and see you guys, and I can't wait to watch more of your content as it rolls out. I'm always trying to check around when if I'm not streaming, working, sleeping, or eating. Well, even then, if I'm not eating, sleeping, or working, I'm probably watching one of your guys's, something that's put out there from the community here. So. I'll be around and I'll try and open up the schedule then on Thursday at this time.
I put my channel's link up there if you don't have it, Bill, in the private chat. It's right there.
Oh, nice, awesome.
Yeah, it's
perfect.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it yet, watch my safety tools, most recent safety tools video.
I saw that.
If I was a monetized channel, I'm sure it would be demonetized.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, Grandma, your tools. That thumbnail was hilarious. Oh boy,
YouTube chose that one too. I was like, sweet.
YouTube, buddy. Hey, Bill. I also do another show called One on One. I've done one with Brian. I've done one with Grandma. When I meet somebody great, one of the first things I want to do is a one-on-one. One of these days, you and me, none of these other bozos will be there. They might be.
We'll be there.
I love these other bozos. They're great.
And
we'll be there in the chat. We'll be there in the chat.
Introduce my friends to your friends kind of thing, and
sure.
That way you can kind of. Nerds was just on last week. Was it last week? You saw her.
Couple weeks ago. Yeah. I loved hearing about that.
Fresh off her Captain America flight.
I love doing that because then I get to meet these great folks. But I also get to do what was done for me back in the day. I was nobody knew me, and a couple of channels said, "Hey, come on over here. Hang out with us for a while." Biggest Geekish was the first one, and ever since then, I've got to meet some of the greatest people I've met in my whole life. It took 56 plus years to get here, but so worth it. So you, me, and if there's anything you don't want to talk about, let me know in Discord, and we won't talk about Wendy's.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll keep Wendy's.
Wendy hamburgers.
Right. Well, yeah,
Hamburger.
Sure, Shadow. That sounds great. I appreciate the invite, and I can't wait for it. That sounds like a great time. And it's kind of the same story with Paint Minis Live. Bill Sylvie was I reached out to him. I painted a 1980s Grenadier Red Dragon for him, and that was
the big one with the treasure pile.
Yep,
yes,
I painted the treasure pile and all that. You can check that out. It's in the archives on the channel.
Awesome. When I was working at my first game shop as a kid, 14-year-old kid, I wasn't getting paid. I squat, and the owner, one day I'm sitting there, getting ready for the next dungeon I was going to run as a paid DM, and he comes up out of nowhere and just goes, you've been working your ass off, and all I got left is a few of the pieces and a couple extra versions of the treasure pile. I'm missing like a couple of legs. But man, that was such a fantastic model back in the day. Everybody wanted it, and not everybody could get one.
I just wish I could get people on eBay to send me their broken dragons for free.
Right.
I would fix them.
But that really kicked off the channel. And to be honest, RPG Grandma was one of my first. She was one of my first really big supporters. She was there, stream number 1. The day I primed that dragon and went live, she was there. And Grandma, I can't thank you
all
enough.
The time, but I'm trying.
You are a sweetheart, and I absolutely love you.
Grandma, what did we say? What did we say when we first met? Gonna make you famous.
She deserves it. She deserves
just a regular person.
Not anymore. No, or at least not to us.
RPG Grandma the legend.
Well, and I'm trying to help Sheepdog. It's like you guys got to make videos. So been trying to help them.
Right.
They'll end
Well,
up having the better videos than I will because Sheepdog can invest in the equipment. I can't.
Yeah,
I'm like, hey,
you'll
can I
get
borrow
there.
the
You'll get there
lighting?
as soon as you start getting those super chats. The money will just come raining in. Next thing you
I've
know,
got to go in and
Grammy's
change
all
my
blinged out.
settings.
You know, got her pimp cane and her top hat.
Well, I know somebody that you could rent out behind your
banning
ears
her and whatnot.
I know there's somebody you could probably make some money pimping behind a Wendy's dumpster near you. Anywho, thank you guys for having me on. I appreciate it. I gotta go though. I'm 5 minutes late for my
climb
stream.
up everything.
No worries, man.
All
no
right.
worries. Pleasure. We'll get together later.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Everybody's leaving me. You're all leaving me. What's the deal?
We all got to go over to his channel.
Right. Bleeker, welcome to the show. I did see you and Charles. Nice having you guys here. Everybody, yeah, go sub. I first saw Bill over on, I think it was Father Aaron's channel, Dungeon Minister, and I'm like, this kid's gonna go far. If he sticks it out and does the heavy lifting and all that, which seems like he's doing.
Yeah.
Bo's been talking about getting out of your echo chamber. There's Bill. He's stepping out into a new world. Yep.
Yeah, well, he makes it all pleasant too. He puts on that background music, so like if you've had a stressful day.
Oh, that's cool.
Just go watch his channel when he's painting
and all kinds of crap.
Yeah, he'll talk about all kinds of stuff on there.
We were just hanging out with Bill from Paints Minis Live. Bright young kid with a bright future ahead of him. I was thinking about the echo chamber. I think what he's talking about is going out to sort of add to the conversation we were having a while ago about getting new people into the hobby. Going out and meeting new people and bringing them into the hobby because we do hang out with each other quite a bit.
I took it even further than that. There are so many different circles within our own hobby. I mean? There's so many different more genres and just personalities and whatnot. And that was what I was thinking of. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go to these sites that probably never even heard of Weird World War II and throw that shit down.
Well, and I go watch sites with people that I know they don't get along. I know that. But there's things of value on everybody's sites. What those are, it's going to depend on what you think, but as the individual watching, but some people bring up good points, or even if you think that's a terrible point, well, you're like, I can make a video about that. Yeah,
I don't go all Max Liao on people. When it comes,
I don't go after people. It's more like it's a point that I should talk about that. My perspective of that. Did we lose? No, we didn't.
No, I was trying to read this from. It looks like you said you've unsubbed from lots of channels. Is that correct? I've never unsubbed. No, I've unsubbed from one gamer kind of channel because he was spouting some nonsense. I loved his stuff, but then he started spouting some stuff. I'm like, I can't listen to this particular line anymore. I suspected they were a certain way, and then they laid their cards out on the table, and it was sad because it was something really, really egregious, in my opinion, and nothing illegal, but the things they wanted to make legal, I'm like, no, can't be on board with that.
Yeah. Well, and I went in and I looked over at my sub because I wasn't seeing people. I'm like, I know I'm subbed to these people. Why aren't I seeing their stuff, right? I looked over and I had like some ungodly number of subs, and I sat down while I was sick and unsubbed a bunch of channels. There was channels I don't remember subbing to. Like, why would I sub to this channel? I have no interest in this subject. And
That's
then my
weird.
husband was like, you must have hit. I go, no, go check your subs. And then he's over there going, I never sub to this channel or this
It's
one
that
or this
3
one. I
o'clock
go,
sub, right? You
right.
have a little fun, you're like, I love that. Great.
One too many tequilas, right?
Yeah, you're like, stop. I'm subbing everybody. Stop.
She was late night drunk subbing. Okay. I'm gonna do that too. I'll check. But here's the thing. I'm 56, and if I listen, like the one guy was talking about, I listen too much of certain stuff, I'm going to get angry or pissed off or whatever, and I just don't have time for that. I know some of these people have great things to say, but I spend most of my time watching folks like you, Grandma, and Brian. When Bo puts out a video, I'm like the first guy there to watch it. And if I don't have time to just spread out and branch out and listen to the other side, that's because I'm too busy helping my actual friends out there or watching the other stuff. Like a lot of I do the paranormal stuff on other channels and hang out with other folks doing that sort of stuff. I'm getting to the point where I'm gonna have to reschedule my whole weeks just so I can actually get some more gaming in. So if I don't get to do like Bo said and get out of the echo chamber, I'm okay with that. I do listen to some stuff that some content creators out there. I'm not going to mention any names because that in this context wouldn't be nice. But I listen to them. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. There's some people out there that I know I wouldn't get along with outside, the gaming table. But, we've had such, good times at the gaming table. They're, in one of my circles of friends. And, I don't know about you guys, but I'm running out of free time in the day. Brian's
Oh no, I'm busy all the time usually. Right now, like I said, I have a quiet
Grandma,
moment.
can you actually get time to read and not fall asleep doing it?
Shit, not me.
Oh, it's so hard. And it depends on the book. Like my Metamorphosis Alpha book that came, it's not like I can take that to work and read. It's humongous. I mean, I love it, but it's humongous. So like any of the big game books, yeah, I have to like do a little bit here and a little bit there, which I was just looking at old The Village of Hamlet. I've got the big one from Goodman, the two big books. And I noticed something and I started thinking about it. And I started thinking about all the dioramas I've seen over the years, people on forums and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started going to channels on YouTube. Yep, everybody says like the same thing about Hamlet. It's all the same good stuff, blah, 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 blah. Not once did I hear anybody mention, oh, yeah, and in our campaign, we kept building that castle.
That's one thing.
Go look at the map. Go look at the map. There's a castle with the dash, dash, dash lines. And if you go read the module, it says every now and then stuff gets delivered and they build more on that castle. And they build more on that castle. So if you used Hamlet as a major campaign thing and had paid attention to that, after like so many years, there should have been a castle there.
But there isn't?
Where nobody seems to do it. I realized that when I was looking at the map and thinking about it, and like, did anybody I know who used Hamlet all the time do that? No. Well, let me go look. Nobody. I couldn't find a single diorama where they had finished the castle.
I'm not sure what you're talking about, to be honest with you. But it's like a you got the village, right? And then there's a tower near the village. It's not the ruins. It's a tower, and there's a couple of dudes who live up there.
What adventure is this?
Huh? The Village of Hamlet.
Oh, okay.
T1. It's T1, right?
Yeah, right. I've got it. I was just looking at it a while ago. I never.
Go look at the. Hold on, I've got it. Hold on. Probably won't show up on the camera though.
And one thing about me on like YouTube, everybody's doing this. So many channels are doing the same shit. It's the same damn videos.
Oh yeah, they do that, guys. Well, I was thinking about this one because I wanted to do a different sort of. Where's Hamlet? Did I grab the right book? Or is this the?
Is that the Dungeon Crawl Classics version?
Yeah. Hold on. This is volume 2. I grabbed the wrong volume. Okay. So it's got the nice map in here. Here we go. Got the map. Map right here. Oh, here we go. Let me see. So if you, whoops. Oh no! Oh, there, I'm back. Okay. So, not gonna let me. Silly camera. All right. Somewhere around here, I'm pretty sure I have T1. But yeah, see the tower right there?
Uh-huh.
See all the little dashy, kind of not darkened outlines around and on the mound? That's the castle that they're supposed to be building. Everybody only builds the tower, which indicates that I don't know if I've met anybody who's actually had the castle completed.
I'm
not even if they're doing tiered one. But it's on all the maps. I went and looked, and yeah, this right here.
Yeah.
Area.
Let me see the cover of it.
This is this was the colored version of it.
Okay.
This is the.
Gotcha.
And then the original was a different kind of cover, of course. I got a picture of that cover here. That was on the other book. I just pulled. Here it goes. And then when it was originally printed, I'm pretty sure I have this one somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Very cool.
Okay.
Awesome.
I'm pretty sure I have both covers. I know I for sure have the colored cover, not the monochrome, but I might have the monochrome in the library somewhere. It was one of my least favorites, though. Believe it or not, it was just kind of.
So many things have happened omelet over the years.
What?
Games. I've played in the several AD&D games that the village of Hamlet appeared in for one reason or another. You know, one DM or that DM, all the village. So
right.
One game, the party I was in managed to kill everybody in the village. D&D goes bad.
I've been in that game as well, where the players just thought they were there to kill everybody.
Yeah, it went south with like a couple characters. The next thing you know, because you're with them, then you're defending yourself, and then we killed everybody.
Yeah, and everybody, most of the people are, really low level, and it's not really that hard.
Oh yeah.
People forget that, it's. I guarantee no one intended that to happen, but I guarantee that happened because, players being what they were in the day, everybody's just got 4 hit points. We can take them. Yeah. That's not how it would work out,
it was just a bizarre. It started out as a bizarre sequence of events, and then it just snowballed. And the DM was like full murder hobo too, and we're like, so that particular campaign, a lot of things went wrong in that one, with that DM. But since we ended up taking turns, and he never imposed any kind of consequence, like a kingdom, you just wiped out a whole village. There's going to be at least one survivor, right? There's always a witness. and
Someone ran for the hills and came back later, kind of thing, you would think.
Right, something, right? Raise the dead, something. Fantasy world. So, when it was like my turn to DM, another person's turn to DM, we just had horrible consequences occurring because of this mass slaughter of the village to the party that we had been part of that in the continuing thing since we were switching off, and that made it so nobody ever wiped out villages of friendlies ever again, even if they were being jerks. But more importantly, it made me go, wow, why would you just let a party get away with that, dude?
Well, I remember one game where I had a cleric. He was chasing down some bad guy, and this bad guy ran through it was almost like a refinery. They were like refining, I don't know, peat or pitch or some shit, some sort of flammable aerosol, right? And he was going to shoot a fireball. He was going to shoot a fireball, like past the refinery to the other side. I'm like, are you sure? And he's like, yeah. Well, what he does is the fireball goes into between the structure. It just blows the whole place up.
Oh,
kills everybody in it, right? And he's like, whoa, what happened? And I'm like, well, all of a sudden you realize you have no more power because your deity just said, you're out of here, dude. You just murdered like 50 people, Well,
I have to admit, my last 5e campaign, I was given something to disarm, which I did, and then I looked at, well, if we can do all this stuff, like blow up stuff significantly, like a thermonuclear bomb almost, why don't we use it to kill the bad guy? So the DM inadvertently gave me a thermonuclear bomb, and I have an artificer. I blew something up. Involving the bad guy and anybody around him, because we were trying to take out the bad guy. And
yourself.
He was uber powerful. Well, I was far away. There's a thing called a timer. So, but I'm like, I nuked a monastery,
It's like it was a bad monastery, right?
Yes, it was full of evil.
It was like you're like, yeah, it wasn't Catholic. It was a Protestant. It's like, yeah, those fuckers are totally bad. They're gone.
Yeah. So, but it's fun. I mean, I was having fun. Don't get me wrong, but I'm the kind. I admit I'm the kind of player that the questions in my mind are: can we sell that? Can we use it to blow something up with? Can we make some other kind of weapon out of it? I mean, that is how I think.
I have to admit, a lot of times when I'm playing, I'm like, and this might be crude. I'm like, can I fuck it? Can I manipulate it? Can I make it my own?
How did I know?
Well, I was like in the chat of somebody's Prowler game, and I forget who it was. And they said there was a med bay or a medic place in the space station, and I'm starting to like formulate how the group could knock this thing off and get away from the space station, so then they could go sell the stuff on the black market somewhere else.
I want to install that in my ship just because I know how often PCs are going to get, blasted, and we could always use, the equivalent of, a healer bot that's literally a bot, You
got to restock the ship, I'll obviously, and then go make a profit.
So we need to do like a traveler game, like Ice Pirates.
I still haven't seen that movie. I got to go watch that movie.
Dude, you have got to watch that,
dude.
man. Bob Urich.
There's so many jokes in it. Oh
great.
My gosh.
It's epic.
I know. Everybody keeps telling me, what am I doing with my life, having not seen
Like
Ice
not
Pirates.
seeing Spaceballs.
Oh, I've seen that 100 times.
Yeah.
That's the Ice Pirates. Ice Pirates.
Yeah, you gotta see Ice Pirates.
That's good stuff.
It's got some classic things in it. Otherwise, you won't get any of our we can't say certain jokes.
Yeah,
well,
we
you'll
were talking
find
about
out
that.
hanging out with
Like-
us.
Spoilers.
Like Wednesday, right, Brian?
Oh yeah, that shit.
That was a rough episode, man.
Oh, dude.
Spoilers.
It was not family friendly.
Not friendly on Wednesday, were you?
No, it was out of control. It really was, but it was fun.
I can
And-
be
Must
family
be
friendly,
cool,
but
YouTube Yoda say. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, you have to have consequences. It was just something it just struck me because I was like, okay, I've got like random bits of village around and stuff, and I thought to myself, it'd be cool to do like a unified, just pick one of these villages that either TSR or WotC has put out over the years and make the village. Just make the village as like a long-term project. And so I was thinking about that, and I was thinking about this other thing I wanted to do, and then I thought about reskinning it and all stuff. So I started thinking about Hoblet because it's a fairly decent village. It's well fleshed out. So I like it better than the one that came with the 5e game.
What was that? The Pandelver or something like that?
Yeah. Phandelver. It's not that Phandelver is a bad village. It's just I didn't feel that Phandelver was set up as nice.
it wasn't worthy of existence.
Well, to me, Phandelver felt like an outpost town. Or a dying town, like a town on its way out.
Hey, can you guys hold the fort for me? I got to take care of something real quick.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And so that's what Phandelver felt like to me. Whether it was supposed to be that, another issue, but it just that's what it seemed like.
Gotcha.
Like it really wasn't flourishing. Not that it couldn't, And we did use Phandelver, when we were playing 5e. I mean, I did terrible things to it. We renamed it, made it an Asian village, and we did all kinds of stuff to it. So I was thinking about Hoblet because that's one of the first, like in-depth published villages. It would be cool to build it maybe. And then when I was looking at the map, I was like, oh yeah, that they were supposed to be working on the castle. Wait a minute. Did anybody ever actually build the castle? Yeah.
Well, maybe there's something in the camp in the module that you missed that says why it wasn't finished or never was finished or something.
They were working on it. That's in the module. They were working on it. Yeah, I went and looked. I'm like, yeah, there's like a camp of workers, and when the supplies come in, they build a little bit more. So it dawned on me that if you were using this module, like some people play like they've only ever played Greyhawk, and that's like the base camp and all that good stuff. Then at some point, that should be at least halfway done.
There should be some sort of progress in it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was just wow. And everybody talks about Hamlet. Nobody talks about the fort that's supposed to be getting built. Ever.
It It's just like that. It's like any other government boondoggle. It just keeps going and going and going.
Yeah, they're skimming, man. They're skimming. Yeah. So I just dawned on me that I found that funny. Now, granted, you've only got like the stuff, the original stuff. So I don't know if anybody did anything else with it, but I wouldn't look because I got curious. Like, what do you? Let me snoop around the net.
Maybe you could start a whole like get
Let's
Watsy,
build the castle.
Yeah, it's like, hey, is this thing done yet? Can we have a continuation so we can at least see the damn thing built?
Yeah, the never-ending castle. What would it look like 50 years later if you played the game time, right?
Or hell, even like literally in like real world time almost too.
Yeah. Is this like a California project? We build it halfway and then stop.
Yeah.
The freeways to nowhere, the train track to nowhere, the bridge that goes halfway.
The bridge that ends into the ocean or into a mountain or something. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a California government project.
Jeez.
Y'all, you're not living in California. You don't know. Yeah, and if you haven't traveled California and live in California, you don't know. But if you start traveling, you'll notice that bridge that never gets finished.
And California is it's a beautiful place to visit, but I definitely wouldn't want to live there.
I love my state's beautiful.
Do you live in California?
Yeah. It's just we will avoid the big P that you're supposed to avoid. I have my opinions on what's going on around here. And all I can say is there's a lot of things that are going to be unfinished.
Oh man.
I think they may have finally pulled I know they were talking about pulling the funding on the light rail or fast rail or whatever.
I
remember that. Can get it, but other states can get stuff built within a couple of years. 15 years later, we're still working on the same section of track,
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like,
I think Texas isn't like that so much, but we're always building some shit over here.
Well, as long as it gets done, come on.
Like, do it or get off the pot, right?
That's right, man.
Get it done.
And we'll spend because of that, we'll spend 100 times more money than we should have had to have spent.
Yeah, because it takes so long, and you got to pay all those people. Just keep spinning and spinning.
It's just bizarre. It's like Winchester Mystery House, and that was purposely built to always be kept being built, and so it's weird as heck inside it. But you just it's like the whole state's infected with that.
I mean, I think that's intrinsic in government itself. Is just like, they perpetuate the job to justify themselves, because if it's done, then shit. We're done.
Go build something else.
I know, but cool. It's true. But who knows? Who knows?
Did they put roundabouts all over Texas?
I've seen one. We have one roundabout that I know of in the areas that but no, not really.
Oh, good for your government. Local government. Mine took whatever money it was, and they've took perfectly nice intersections throughout my county and other counties, and stuck roundabouts everywhere. They're everywhere. And then you ask, there'll be this big roundabout somewhere for no reason. Yeah. I have no idea. Just go to a circle, and I was with somebody and go, yeah, and there's our $1 million roundabout. I go, what?
Well, I know that in and I think it was San Francisco. They built like some toilets out by the beach or something. And it cost like $3 million for a 2-person toilet or some shit. I'm like, what?
Well, that's because they're not buying like normal public toilets. No. Normal public trash cans.
It's probably the damn like the property value, like to put it wherever they want to put it. It costs so much. No,
because it was like the public trash cans they bought. The rest of us would go, okay, what gets the job done that can't be removed by random people or easily broken or and so we'd pick a tried and true thing that works, right? They had to go with some kind of super stylish chrome, high tech, like each one costs $100,000 kind of thing, where you're like, Meanwhile, that does no good considering the state of their streets. So,
Well, I mean, it doesn't work like that if it's going to be used as like a hotel bathroom for the homeless and all that.
Right.
Yeah, it's like, wow, it's crazy.
Yeah, so I don't know. At San Francisco, I'm convinced Tesla's priority is wrong. I just don't know why. I mean, it should be obvious to anybody living there that they got a problem.
Ooh, crap. The paint was wet.
You would think so.
Yeah, I can't get out of California fast enough, but going to be stuck here for a little while longer. I could offer up some conspiracy theories about why they're doing things, but I'm going to paint instead.
That's for a different channel.
yeah, that's Saturday night with
Raven material for later.
For the Quantum Show. So what are you working on, Brian?
I'm working on all that dust stuff. The Dust Tactics. It's like a weird World War II game. It's just like some power armor guys. They can't see.
Cool.
My camera ain't worth a shit, but that's what I've been
doing. I can blow you up. We can try.
Oh no, it's just my camera. They're not really flashy. They're just olive drab. That's no big deal. But yeah, I'm working on that. I got a 3D print 3 more vehicles or 2 more vehicles, and I need to paint those and need to paint 6 vehicles actually.
Hey, I wanted to check because I forgot until just recently. You got that thing I sent you, right?
I did. You told me to wait until I get my. Okay, yeah, I got it all. Yeah.
Good. Because that's how I do things.
Do you have problems in the neighborhood?
Well, I thought I did today with a package. I don't know if you were here for that. I got a tracking number from eBay, said the package was delivered. I go out, mailbox is empty. And I know that if you don't, and the tracking number on eBay said it was delivered. I'm like, well, I better find out what's going on, or eBay's just going to side with the seller saying, tracking number says you got it. Although they've done the opposite with me when I was a seller. Yeah. Like, oh, he says he didn't get it. Tracking number says, oh, he says he didn't get it. So I spent like 3 hours on the phone trying to get a hold of the post office. And when I finally got a hold of them, they said that they shipped it. They intercepted it because apparently the guy, he was sending me some comic books, and he used some priority mail box remnants or part of it to help secure the package, because he just put it a big stack of comic books in one of those plastic bag like mailers. Used cardboard, and they somehow knew that's what he had done, and they got all butthurt, and so they're sending it back to the guy. Fortunately, he also lives in California, so it's not going to be like 2 weeks before I see my stuff. But it was just like they wanted me to come down to the post office and pay the difference on the shipping, and I'm like, no, why me? Yeah, can't you just bill this guy? I'm the receiver. I didn't have anything to do with. All right, well then we'll just have to mail it back to him. I'm like, you rat bastards.
Weird.
But I contacted him and he said, no worries, I will send it back. It was my fault. That was him saying it. And I'm already looking at some other piles of comic books from him. So, if he makes good, then I'll make good, and I'll give you, because I paid $12 and change for 20 comic books bagged and board, like cool. Brand new. That's a deal, That's big time. They were like $2.95, priced issues, and I'm like, yeah, I'll bid on that, and I won, and I want my stuff.
Definitely.
Because I know if it was me, I'd be tempted to just refund the guy his money and go, stuff break, and then wait 6 months and relist it, but it should turn out.
So Charles was talking about over by the Jola Pacific Beach Main Road connection. They put a bunch of roundabouts. It's like, what do you need a roundabout for? It just doesn't make any sense.
Well, they put them all over my county. It's nuts.
That's weird.
They're just all over the place. Then they put them up in some of the surrounding counties, and they're in terrible places. You're like, oh, it's just not a roundabout. It's a death circle.
Death circle.
That's just all that get in and out of traffic. Get the car where we're going it. So
Al says he just saw a report that delivery drone and FedEx is getting robbed a lot. What do you expect? You send a robot to do a man's job.
That's so stupid.
I mean, I was watching, a year ago or so, where people were robbing the trains again.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, what the hell? We went back to the Wild Wild West.
And the cops didn't do shit.
I'm ready.
Yeah. We went back to the Wild Wild West, but you and I live in the state that outlaws anything they think you can defend yourself with.
Well, it's like, I mean, when you have
the blowgun being outlawed in the state.
It's like if you have a government that prevents the common person to protect themselves, their family, and their property, then guess what? People are going to steal their shit. They're gonna brutalize people, and they're gonna take their shit because there's no because the people can't fight back because they'll be lynched by the damn government. So it's like it's insane.
Yeah, it literally is, and
like saying, Texas, it's like it's weird that we even have laws like this. There's like stand your ground laws. It's like, what the fuck? Everybody should stand their ground. No one has the right to, brutalize you or to steal from you, no matter what your size is or if whatever the fuck it might be. You have I remember one of these pro wrestlers, I can't remember who it was. He was in a bar one night and some girl started like yelling at him or some shit, and she attacked him. She started hitting him, right? And then he's like, stop. And then he one punch and she's fucking out. So she sued him, and the DA was like, well, I'm like, look. And he's like, look, just because I'm 350 pounds, I could bench press 1,000,000 pounds, does not give that woman the right to attack me and not allow in the law. I have the right to defend myself. And he did it with the appropriate, whatever level. So he got off, but still, it's like, what the fuck? But he had to go to trial and do all that shit.
Right. Because somebody thought they'd get a feather in their cap.
Yeah, or whatever. And then then the DA's like, oh, that's not right. You beat up a woman. No, I fucking defended myself.
Well, she punched him. She got punched back. That's not beating up somebody.
No, exactly.
You play stupid games.
It's called making a poor choice on the attacker's side.
And it's like, in Texas, you have the right. Well, I mean, okay, I say all this shit. You have the right. That doesn't mean shit. If the government wants to squash your nuts, they will. They'll do it. It doesn't matter. It's up to you to defend yourself and prove that they were on the wrong. Otherwise, if you don't do that, you're fucked. So it's like, it's not like our justice system is just. They're not. The DA isn't prosecuting because no, that's not right. No, fuck shit. It's ridiculous.
Is this an orc?
What do you do? Just
They say they're orcs, but I don't know. And that guy doesn't look. Well, I guess he could be. It's more like a dwarf to me. I'm trying to decide what package to do next. I got supposedly orcs in this one, but they're all different size. So, like, one couple of these could be ogres easily.
Some are black orcs, some are normal orcs, some are tall, some are fat.
There's a chick orc in here.
Some are straight.
Some are GW.
Well, this could be an orc dwarf cross. I don't know. And then I've got zombies.
Awesome. Can never have enough.
I got
zombies.
more skeletons. Yeah, you can never. Well, yes, that's the point. You can never have enough skeletons. I have a whole bunch of skeletons I got to finish doing too. So I also got gnolls and humans and stuff in here. So, but I was leaning towards one of the monsters here. What? They do zombies?
So what? So Mobius, what's going on? It says up here. It says weird. I can't see my comments on the TV. I don't know what.
Oh no, it won't do that. It won't show your chat on if you have it up on TV. I went and looked. No, not it won't show the live chat on TV for some reason.
Huh?
Because I was watching somebody else's live feed. And so I went to the little box and I was going to comment or something and make a chat. So they had live chat and it wouldn't show anything on my TV either.
Elle says Grandma has a smorgasbord of orcs. That is funny. Nice.
I do. I have a huge orc army from is it Battle Masters? That I mounted for D&D.
Really? I have 2 of the little plastic towers, and that's the only thing I kept. I wish I would have kept everything else, the cannon and the. I think I might still have ogre.
I had painted up one of the knights really nice, and I don't know where the knight went. He was behind glass in the bookshelf. He seems to be missing, so I got to make more knights. But that's like I said, that's in another box.
My buddies that I game with, they have 2 complete Battle Masters. One's not even opened.
I need a whole nother box of Battle Masters so I can do terrible things to it. Because the Chaos Knights are awesome.
Yeah. I bought that game just to use it for Warhammer Fantasy Battles back in the day because I was getting into the Empire Army, and that's basically, I think, what this stuff was. And I don't know why, but I got rid of it on eBay a long time ago. And
somebody I know found a box of that somewhere cheap, and they had it forever, and they just gave it to me. And so then I started, and it doesn't necessarily have all its parts, but it has most of the army, most of the army.
I never even played the game. I just got it for the parts.
No.
Bought it brand new.
Figurines are awesome.
I do have some. What the hell is that outfit they put on the horses? A caparison or something like that?
The tablet or the.
Yeah, whatever it is, the cloth, like covering that they put on the horses.
Yeah,
they decorated. I've got some of the horses, but that's it.
Yeah, I had a whole night and the horse done up, and I had it separately mounted, and I have no idea. It's disappeared. So it's not. Occasionally, things disappear from my house. I got to paint more. So I got to find the box that the ones that aren't done were stored in. Besides, I want to do the Minotaur army in that one.
Minotaur.
Was there a Minotaur? I remember there was an ogre.
Yeah.
There's an ogre in the.
I did the ogre. I painted him up. I've got him somewhere painted up.
I guess there are beastmen. I think there's some beastmen in it.
Yeah, they call them beastmen, but you look at them, they got cow heads.
Yeah.
They're not a variety of critters. They're minotaurs.
Yeah,
So I don't know.
I've got a buddy who's got an old copy of Hero Quest, the original. I'm trying to get him to sell it to me, but
I got the new
HeroQuest. What?
Just get the new one.
I have it.
Oh yeah, I have it. It's fun.
But I like the Chaos Warriors and the Sorcerers, which I kept for mine and bought extras because they were so cool. The Chaos Warriors, the Chaos Sorcerer, and the Gargoyle are better, in my opinion, than the new sculpts. But I'll get around to finishing painting that.
Mel painted up the entire box by herself. The entire core box set.
Really?
It's got some nice pieces in it, doesn't it?
All the furniture, all the figures, everything.
A million times better than that cardboard crap, which sells for a pretty penny just to get like the fireplace. You can pay like $8, $10 for that. I'm like, you're kidding me, right? For the little plastic
cardboard?
For the cardboard and the plastic floor piece for the fireplace, pieces like that from the original HeroQuest, they go for big money. The gargoyle itself is like easy $25.
The other figurines, I don't know if I should paint them or not, but I'm thinking about doing it. Are in this game. Hold on, let me get the game. I found it at a thrift store.
Yeah, it's amazing. I used to work at a thrift store, and it's amazing that anything good actually makes it off the truck and into the building. I was one of the guys that would work on the trucks. I didn't do the driving, but I would, jump out of the truck, throw everything into the back of the truck, and the guy who drove the truck, before we would get home to the shop, he would stop somewhere and say, "Stay here. I'm going to go check on everything in the back." And I'm like, "Yeah, sure you are." Mind you, I was much younger and needed a job, so I wasn't going to say anything, but it's kind of a jackass move, but
yeah, it's shitty.
Then again, at the same time, I remember how little they paid us because I think they assumed we were going to do that, so they just took it out of our pay. Not like they care, everything's free and donated to them.
Yeah.
Never mind. I thought this had minis in it. It doesn't. It's not what's in it. Oh.
That's where those ethics come in. It's like dungeon. I don't think I've seen that one.
Is that the remake of the old TSR? No.
Let me look. Like this has to be. It says Wizard Coast on it.
Yeah, I had the original. The game sucked.
Did it?
I hate
it. This is just something, we found it. I think it's complete though. I think it's absolutely complete.
It's kind of like kind of a Candyland sort of version of D&D. Once you've played it once or twice, you just want to play some actual D&D.
Yeah, I'm just. It was just one of those finds, like, hey.
Well, guys, I'm at a stopping point and I'm getting sleepy. It's almost my bedtime at 10.
No worries, brother. No worries.
Where we had one with little minis. Okay.
So I'm going to back out and wish you guys a happy evening. And we will catch you guys this weekend for sure. Probably tomorrow night, right? We're playing.
Yeah.
We're playing
a post game. Absolutely.
Right on.
I'm going to do a little bit more painting, and then I'm going to call it a night as well.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do the orcs next, only because I did the kobolds and they were kind of small, so it's kind of changed.
All right, guys, everybody out there, remember, keep it weird.
Take care, Brian. Say hi to Mel for us.
We'll do it, man. Take it easy, guys.
You too, Ben.
These are stocky orcs, little short legs.
Who makes those?
My husband ordered these. The company is Monster.
Never heard of them.
Scary Good. He found these on the internet someplace. And he ordered them as a surprise for me. And I'm starting to work my way through them all. So Yeah, but yeah, I got some regular humans doing human things too. So that's always good. Never have enough normal people in the when you're making dioramas.
So, what did you get from Archon Studios in the way of Dungeons lasers?
I don't know. We've got like cases of stuff that my husband like randomly ordered things. So I'm
Oh,
I'm
really?
I'm guessing we must have some of their stuff because it sounds familiar, but I don't know what which pieces would be what at this point.
Well, yeah.
He
Well, if it
has
was,
all these things that snap and clip and
yeah, that's definitely Dungeons and
interlock.
Dragons.
Yeah,
When
but
you
there's
make,
different companies, but they're all different kinds, you know?
yeah, because they have like different room sets, and like a core set, and they've got some sci-fi rooms and some fantasy rooms, a torture chamber, a wizard's
Yeah,
like
and we don't
library. You
have
could,
any sci-fi stuff. I'm gonna have to scratch build any sci-fi things I want. What I've come to the
their
conclusion.
their sci-fi core set, and some of the rooms are really worth it. We also did a video on the we made a couple of like starship interiors and lit them up. You know those have you ever go to Dollar Tree? They have these Christmas lights
Yeah.
that are battery powered, and they have these not the really tiny like they call them pixie lights or whatever, but they have these peg light uh the thing that covers the actual light is this like maybe the size of like a ballpoint pen clicker, so that you can stick
Okay.
them in the holes in the Dungeons and Laser sets. And we found these
Hmm.
ones that are like torch lights, so every wall has like one or two holes in it where you can plug stuff in like torches, but we just plugged in electric lights and lit up the whole table with this dungeon, and it just
So
looks.
awesome.
And the same with the starships, they got the same size hole, and so we put like different colored lights, so like they're flash and red, like red alert, danger Will Robinson kind of thing.
I know
Back
we
in
got
our
to get
first,
back crafting and building stuff and putting stuff together and finishing models we've got around here. Because he was working, Hubby was working on like a lighting system. He was doing something with lights. you know. And I'm like, honey, what you doing? Oh, I'm soldering stuff, putting stuff. I'm like, okay.
that's one way to go about it, but we found a way where we didn't have to do any soldering, because it was, my son was 11, 12 years old. All you had to do
Right.
was put batteries in the little
But
thing,
the
and then just string the lights and plug them into the holes, and hide them, which wasn't
right.
hard. You hide the
Name of
all
the
the wires.
company sounds super familiar to me, which probably means we've got at least something of theirs around here.
Well, have your hubby and you maybe go look at our channel and look at our old Dungeons and Lasers. You'll be able to tell when you see the whole, like the whole our dining table covered with like a dungeon. I mean, like we could literally cover the entire 6-foot dining table with a dungeon. And what I want to do is get like foam board and cut out rectangles and squares so I can cover the rooms, the roof, so you can
Mhm.
see the whole thing sort of stretched out, but you don't know what's in it until I lift up the
Lift
foam
up each
board,
section.
and you can then, okay, this is what you see from the doorway, and you'll see the orcs and the treasure chest and the rack or the bookshelves or whatever's in the room, so that Jackie and his friends can play some games, and uh
Yeah, I'm listening.
yeah, I got distracted by what Al was saying. It was so much fun painting them and putting them together, and it it's really easy to store in the storage boxes I get from not Dollar Tree, Harbor Freight. Once you build it, it's real easy to just pull everything apart real quick and put it by size, or even, if you want to organize it by room set. And
yeah, I gotta go through and organize.
I used to do some Dwarven Forge stuff, and I did actually do some painting, and I got some of my stuff put on the front page of Dwarven Forge back in the day, because no one was using their sci-fi sets which were really nice but really expensive. And for the price of the core set through Dungeons and Lasers, I can cover like a 2 foot by 2 foot section of table with, one big room, bunch of different rooms, different doorways, hallways, the whole bit. And, it's like Legos. You just pull it apart, build something new. And, I suppose after a while, you might run out of ideas or, run out of configurations, but it's going to be a lot of gaming in between, that sort of that point. Now, Elle was saying John Oliver did a big report on dollar stores last week. You should see it. I would, but I can't stand him. Maybe you can give me the gist of it, because that guy bugs the hell out of me. He's a blatant liar. It sucks because I did used to watch him, but I'm like, hey, I know that's not true. Hey, I know that's not true. And they couldn't do it anymore. But I love the hell out of dollar stores. Growing up, we only had the 99-cent store, and then slowly we started getting Dollar Tree, Dollar General, and now I've got 2 Dollar Trees within 2 blocks of each other.
Yeah, I gotta hit Dollar Tree. I think there is a dollar store that's down by work, but it's one of the dollar places. See what they got.
I like Dollar Tree because they've got an actual dedicated aisle to crafts, and it just so happens to be right next to the toy aisle. So I just make a beeline to the toy aisle, look for anything that I might be able to use, and then flip a Yui. I'm on to the craft aisle. Then I hit the tool aisle, and I'm out.
Right.
Unless I'm grabbing some LA's Awesome, and that's like right there on the back wall as well. So I'm in there for like 10 minutes, and I'm out. And I get, unless the line's really long, getting, all kinds of cool stuff. I've got like 6 big bins full of most people would just call garbage and junk, ping pong balls and lids from different products.
That's supplies.
Right?
When you take the little, you open up your milk container and it's, or creamer, and it's the one that got one of the round things. You can pull that off. You look at it, you go, this could be made into something.
I found a great one. We buy from Walmart the Good Value breadcrumbs, right?
Uh-huh.
Stuff. And there's this like layer of like aluminum foil you have to peel off. It's like a safe. Well, if you look at it from a certain, if you can flatten it out nice and flat, it makes a great, like say you've got a sci-fi mini, right? And you want to have a sci-fi floor on it, but you don't want to sculpt it because it's going to be imperfect. Well, you just cut out a circle out of this metal foil and then glue that down before you put the mini on it, and it looks like plated steel floors. It's awesome. I've got like 3 of them.
Okay. I know what I'm going to be doing now.
Make some spaghetti and meatballs. Save that thing. You got to be very careful when you pull it off the top of the can, and then when you're done, the lid makes a great palette. Or you can.
Those lids are always great.
And when I make monsters like this guy I made here, his base was a Pringles lid.
Oh yeah. Lids come in so handy.
All I did was just fill the lid with paper clay, and sculpt a little, and then put the guy on, and of course it popped out. Oh yeah, stuff like that.
I don't know what I'm going to use this for, but I kept it.
When I see it,
handy for something.
When I see it, I either see like a mirage temple off in the distance.
It could be a building cap. It could be a building for the right scale.
Right. Or you could spray it, or you could leave it clear. You could throw a tea light, you take one of those color changing tea lights, build up the base, and so that way it's all like like a mirage city off on the horizon, or part of a starship. You can even use it for like the containment core of your nuclear warp drive thing in a spaceship scenario.
Yeah, I was like, this has so much potential. Even if nothing else, you're like, well, I got to build a mushroom, and so I needed a base. I mean,
I would not use that for that.
yeah, but
That's got way
I
too
can
much
think of a better
potential.
thing for bases.
What was that?
But yeah, this was a mochi. Those ice cream mochis.
Never heard of it.
I don't know. When you go to the grocery store, sometimes they have a little freezer that's full of like mochis, which is a Japanese ice cream that's covered
Okay.
in a. I don't know if you can see here.
Okay, I
So
got you.
it's like
I'll
this
keep
little
my eyes
ball.
out. And
Japanese bonbon of ice cream. Okay, that's what it is.
that sounds really
And
good right now.
so
And,
I
and
had gotten one for the kids, and I got myself one, and I got hubby one, and so I was eating mine. I was looking at this, and they'd already, thrown their stuff away. I go, wait, I'm keeping this.
real quick, okay, thanks, Al. That doesn't surprise me, but at the same time, that sucks because that's one of my I'm lucky. I've got a Dollar Tree, Hobby Lobby, and Walmart right next to each other. I know a lot of people don't like Walmart, but when it comes to my grocery bill, I can't go anywhere cheaper in my neck of the woods, so that's where I go. The grocery bill is the only bill you're in control of. Your other bills will go up, and they never come down. But your grocery bill, you can decide, what, the family is eating nothing but ramen for the next 2 weeks, and we're going to put that money away, or we have an emergency, so we're going to skimp a little. Or it's like, hey, we got a bonus, now we can afford the not generic cereal or whatever, but it's the only bill you have that you can literally pick and choose what and when you pay, other than choosing to starve, which kids kind of frown on.
Yep, kids frown on starving.
Yeah.
It's no fun to have a rumbly tumbly tummy. Yeah, so yeah, this is one of I thought this is an odd, nice shape. I can do something with it. But yeah, like this thing I made, which I should make another one, but I need the Christmas trash, all the junk you unwrap,
Yep.
and then I'll make another one of these. I made this from scratch.
Is that a gelatinous cube?
Yep,
Nice.
exactly
Nice.
what it is.
You
And
know,
it's just clear plastic
yep.
container that had something in here, and I cut it, and
You
then
covered it with hot glue, right?
Yep, white glue, and then I painted it a little bit, give it some
Perfect.
color. But I made
I
it
mean,
too because I wanted to be able to go.
exactly. Hey, have you ever? One of my favorite tricks I like to do when I'm playing like a kind of a lowish level D&D game is I'll make an encounter. It's a gelatinous cube, right? But inside the gelatinous cube is like a skeleton, right? He's not completely dissolved, and there's like maybe some sort of magical doodad that glows, like maybe a magical dagger, so that the skeleton kind of looks like he's floating toward the party, but it's just the gelatinous cube coming forward. The priest is there, trying to turn it, but it's not going to work, and he keeps coming forward and forward. Next thing he realizes, it's almost too late. It's a gelatinous cube, and if they kill it, they'll get some goodies, which reminds me, I'm doing a video real soon on treasure because I'm so tired of tightwad DMs. Don't be a tightwad, guys. Don't.
I don't get the treasure. You want the treasure to, like any resource, to be expendable. That you want them to, you want them to need to buy stuff.
Sure.
Yeah, that's why you get better armor and stuff anyway. They'll live longer.
Right. It's a dice cup.
Yeah, it's a nice stuff.
God.
Yeah. So you don't want them too powerful. You just give them scrolls and they get used.
No. See, that's shit. I don't mind if they get powerful. The way I look at it, if they get powerful, then I get to throw more interesting monsters instead of just
monsters at them. Absolutely.
Right. I mean, I like the idea is because I play a lot of AD&D, so I like that whole draining level thing. I know everybody hates it, but I love it because nothing scares
them. Playing D&D. You got to drain levels.
It's scary. There's nothing I've seen that scares players more than like a room full of whites led by a specter. Just all the level draining monsters are coming at them. Nothing gets them to like hightail it because they don't want to fight that, because even if they win, they're just getting their XP back that's been drained. And because I don't do that atonement. Go back and here's some money, make us better nonsense. I don't allow resurrects. You lose your levels. You're probably gonna have to re-earn them back.
Rehab, man, you got to go to rehab.
Yeah, I'm not gonna just let you, shell out some of that hard-earned gold to, No. I can do it without keeping that sort of record keeping. Hey Raven, welcome back to the show. Right as we're getting ready to call it a night, we've been doing this for 3 hours. I don't know where you were, Raven. We were supposed to paint together, and I know you're probably being mauled by your army of cats or something like that.
Next show.
Yeah, I sent her some cool minis. She's an excellent painter, but she's never painted miniatures for gaming or anything like that. But there's always next week to paint. I mean, you can go ahead and start now, Raven. I'd love to see what you do, because she's shown me some of the stuff that she's done, and I'm like, she knows all the basic techniques, base coats, dry brush, wash, in whichever order you like to do. Hold on. Charles says, the DM that I ran in his dungeon last century destroyed my party. Worst case was when I was 18 of 20 characters were zapped. When 18 of 20, a party of 18 to 20 characters, holy smokes.
Oh my gosh. What did you do?
Right. Everybody cried. It's like, oh my God. You just crushed the dreams of, 10, 20 different players. They're like, and I don't know about you, but when I was DMing at the shops that I used to work at, we had this really ugly habit. The DM would be like, let me see your character sheet. With the big lighter under the table, you're dead.
Oh,
and I know. We were very, very bad DM. But the character was already dead, and there was no way you're getting it back,
Right. Well, somebody told me that they had they fed the dead characters to the DM's parrot or something. The parrot would shred the character sheets.
Oh, you ran into 2 Balrogs. Were they like Arduin style Balrogs or just like made up Balrogs? What was the deal with that? And Raven says she used to paint murals. Yeah. I know she's going to close. I am so excited for Arduin, Grandma. I could not freaking wait to see what the guys are going to bring.
Yeah, I'm curious as heck. I gotta do I better do another giveaway this month.
What you giving away?
Oh, I'm gonna do the a bunch of Arduin stuff.
A bunch of what?
I have Arduin stuff to give away.
Oh, okay. Like what?
For Christmas. I have a bunch of individual books, and then I have like a complete set of all the little books.
Okay.
To the reprints to give away, so somebody could get going on that, or incorporate it or whatever, or read it for fun. So yeah, I got to do it. I got to make sure I do a giveaway.
It's some of the best stuff that, in my opinion, that was ever published. I haven't read everything, but for me, it's always going to have that special place. Keep us posted. I'll send a whole bunch of people over there. The D&D original pamphlet style books.
Yeah, well, it was that his imagination and his table's imagination and the stuff that they were doing, and so you can read through it, and it gets you thinking. It gets you thinking different about stuff.
Yep, and the guys over at Emperor's Choice that are doing Arduin, they have like literally almost every scrap of paper he ever wrote on. I mean, tens of thousands of pages,
awesome.
Hundreds of dungeons that he wrote up. I mean, Arduin's going to be big. You know, with the way people are these days about, you know, the new shiny, right off the bat, you know, it should easily do $1 million on Kickstarter. I'm probably going to back it like twice, just cause. No, well, I usually back Kickstarters twice so I can give stuff away, and that's going to be one of those things because if you know the things I've been hearing through the grapevine, it's definitely.
I know Levi was working on a module for them, so Levi does good stuff. So everything of his that I've seen, I haven't seen anything that wasn't just like, yeah, this is the right tone for that, you know, Gonzo Gaming. You know.
Yeah, and of course, Turtles beat Shadow Dark. Shadow Dark was just, you know, something with the serial numbers filed off, and Turtles was its own original thing. I mean, that is one of the true original games that you can't, you know, sure it's based on a comic book, but it's not based on really anything else other than whatever influenced the comic book by, you know, Eastman and Laird. And you know, I didn't back it just because it's not really my thing, but I am going to be in a Bloodworth's Turtles game whenever he runs it this year, just so I can at least mark that on my dance card, my bingo gaming card. Yes, I played Turtles, you know. We'll see. But, you know, Palladium itself it's a pretty solid game, pretty solid system. A little overly complex in the combat for my liking, but you know.
Well, you know, there's a tendency to, yeah, I keep trying to explain to people you have to kind of pick and choose your game mechanics because there's a tendency to bog down the game with too many die rolls and mechanics. And then you can also do the opposite where you strip it out so much.
Yeah, where you're just flipping coins. I'm telling you, one of these days, someone's going to make a game where it's all about flipping pogs or something.
The coin toss.
Tails that you lose, you know, kind of thing. You know, they're going to dumb it down to the point where that's what they're going to do is just flip coins up, heads, you know. Okay, flip 3 coins and you need 2 successes kind of nonsense. I just want one success. Right. You did it or you didn't. But that's me.
Right. And you know, and people they don't think about why you might use different combinations of dice and how that affects the game one way or the other. You know, they don't think about bell curves or just, you know, a straight percentage and stuff like that. But those are different numbers and they give you different results, you know. So
hey Bo, you know, you could always write your own game, you know. Bo
not made by a company that
yeah, I know life is full of partial successes, but I from like a real life perspective, I don't notice all of them. I just notice whether I get my way or not, and that's all that matters.
Well, sometimes you just gotta make lemonade out of lemons.
Yep. And I know you could, Bo. I just know right now you're up to here with busyness, so just, you know, think about it, you know.
That reminds me, I'm supposed to review somebody else's games. I got to do that this weekend.
But
somebody sent me their stuff.
I have too, right? I'm gonna say goodnight, folks. I gotta to help the boy with homework. It is getting close to his bedtime, and I want to make sure he's got all his, you know, stuff ready for the weekend. Thanks for hanging out with me, Grandma. It's been too long. We got to do this more often. You know, we do this every Thursday. If you're not busy, I know.
That's what's been killing me.
I know.
I just happen to have a moment of quiet right now. and people are home. Gotta make dinner. Okay, bye.
Take care, everybody. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for playing along. We love you guys. And until the weekend, I guess, Saturday, happy trails.